talking me.
So the next one, Call of Duty Vanguard. It's been like a while since I've like played one of these like Call of Duties or Battlefield or whatever, and like played the main storyline. But watching this, I was just like, damn, dude, this looks pretty interesting.
It's
like,
pretty.
It looked good. The way you were climbing and climbing up the walls and stuff like that and getting into different spots, and the story seemed interesting. I know I told you before that the story for Cold War looked like it was pretty good from what I had started. I just never went back and finished it.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing this makes me want to go back and play Cold War's campaign and finish that campaign.
Okay, so
to play this.
I have some thoughts here. I agree, man. Like, here's what I feel about it. If they were just following like this one chick, like on a
full-on journey,
like Last of Us, like Uncharted, right? Like A Plague Tale's Innocence, like where you're starting and kind of finishing, and you're going through it.
Yeah.
I think this could be something special. However, and another thing too that bothers me, if it's going to be like Cold War, I worry, because Cold War is like you come in and out of a mission. Right. So there isn't no like, solidified continuity
right.
in a story.
It's like you're rehashing memories, and then you skip forward years and different things like that. Like
exactly.
It would be cool if this was like the journey from beginning to finish. You're going through the whole
You're
time
sneaking
frame.
And you're hunting and you're just surviving in Germany,
right.
trying to get out. I think that's a beautiful idea.
Mm-hmm.
But what I worry is, because they mentioned already the multiple characters,
like 4 or 5 different
you're going to be
groups.
swapping between storylines. You're going to be like, damn, I wanted to go back to hers because it was so interesting.
Yeah.
The war-torn, Germany, looking for her dad, or whatever it may be, like really gripped me and made me want to play this as though it was like a standalone. And I'm worried that it's not going to be. And another thing that I'm worried about too, that I really wish Call of Duty would start to implement, is a little bit more RPG elements, like maybe finding upgrades, leveling up, getting a new ability, kind of like Last of Us has, or like Tales Plague Innocence, where you finally come across
new
the workbench,
and stuff like
new
that,
equipment, and it's like that would really grip me too, because all these are just you find a gun, you pick it up, and you shoot it. And, like, that's all you're doing. And then the mission's over, and you throw everything away, and you kind of go to the next mission.
Right.
And it's like, is the gameplay alone enough to make me want to just keep doing that over and over again?
Right.
And I feel like Call of Duty is, like, lost in the past. I feel like where we're at today, these RPGs, gripping stories is, like, where we're at and what we want. And I feel like they gave us a glimpse of that here, but I worry that it's just going to go back. It's going to
be a small glimpse.
It's going to be Cold War again, and we're going to just do the same thing. And I'm like, oh, how heartbreaking. Because what they have here in just this section is like so perfect.
Yeah.
And I wish someone would come along when they were developing this and said, hey, dude, this is so good. Just stick with it. Don't try to do all this other stuff, and add an RPG aspect to it where you're building her up, making her stronger, better.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that we'll be able to to play some of these characters, and they have like good stories, and that they're all like, it's just like one cohesive long story, but just told from different points of view. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she arrives here at this camp, and then you're moved over to a new group who's like talking or something. They see her passing by, and then they have a mission that they go to do, and they're doing that or something like that. I thought it was cool. She was walking through that little camp or whatever, that area. It just looked like they were all chilling.
The flashback, and then the bombs came.
Yeah, and then the planes just started shooting down on them and everything, and it's just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It seemed like you could almost run anywhere. It didn't seem like you had to specifically go to a certain point.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so
yeah, these are just I think it's harder. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see the RPG elements that I really want.
No.
And I think you're right. And it's really hard to have RPG elements when you're swapping between characters constantly. Unless you do it like Ratchet and Clank did it, where you just make sure everything
Everybody's
carries over.
upgraded.
Right? Everyone's the same. You're just playing a different storyline.
Right.
But maybe they can try to do a little bit more of a story that has continuity, like we're mentioning. Maybe that can be salvaged and it's not like mission based.
Yeah.
But I want both, man. I just see this and I'm like, gosh, there's so much potential here, and their engine is just gorgeous. Every year they show a game,
Looks good.
My mouth is dropped about how beautiful it looks.
Right.
And I want something awesome from them, and it's not quite there, you know. But we'll see. We don't know everything yet, so I'm withholding my complete judgment for it. But something's got me really excited. But then I temper that excitement knowing that it's probably not going to be what I really want.
I love you, me.